everybody. How's it going? Welcome to Healthy Living Live this afternoon, where you're going to learn some key things that will help you be your healthiest self so that you can live your healthiest life ever. So it says today that we're going to talk about healthy snacks. Well, we are, but before we get to healthy snacks, I want to talk to you all just briefly about conquering something that we all deal with, and those things are cravings. Oh my goodness, what in the world is a craving? Now, before we get too much into the weeds and all of this, I'm going to say, as I've said before, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a healthcare professional at all, but I have been on this journey of healthy living for a lot of years. So these are some things that I've researched and that have helped me in some ways, and that I hope that they will help you as well. So if you got a pen and paper, let's get started. If you don't, let's just, sit back, relax. That Mr. Don is going to fix this so that you can see these on YouTube later. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy. So sometimes we get what we call a craving. We might say, I just have to have chocolate. It might not be like an M&M's. It might be a for real, honest to goodness chocolate bar. We feel like if we don't have this, we're going to go crazy. Or it might be chips. Or it could be any number of things. But you know what? I bet there's not one of you out there that has had a craving for an apple. I know I really haven't. We want something sweet, and we want something salty. Usually those are the two categories that they fall into our cravings. And we just want it. It's usually good old-fashioned processed junk. Now, you remember in the beginning of this Healthy Living Live series, we talked about nutrition and the things that we can do to be healthier than we are. So we won't go back over those, but since then, we've all been living this pandemic where we've had to stay inside and we haven't been out a lot. Some of us have, some of us haven't, and we haven't been doing as much exercising, we all know, as we would have in other times. So we want to probably begin to think about taking off some of those pandemic pounds, as they call it, because most of us have an extra pandemic pound or two. So when you get ready to say, I'm going to change my eating pattern, some people call it a diet, boom, what happens? Cravings just all over the place. It is the dieters. It is those of us who are trying to be healthier. It can be our worst enemy. Well, then what do you do, Miss Makini? Do we go and get some M&M's? No, honestly, we don't. Do we go get some chocolate Keebler chocolate chip cookies? You see, I even know the name of them. No. We can do some things that can help us with our cravings. And I'm going to try to give you 10 kind of decent habits real quickly, 10 different things that we can do that will maybe help us when we get those cravings. And then afterwards, maybe about 4 or 5 healthy snacks that we can put in their place. So the first thing I'm going to say is when you feel those cravings hit, you know what I'm going to tell you. Go get your water bottle and drink some water. You can put a little lemon juice in there if you like to do that, but drink a glass of water. Sometimes we're not hungry. Sometimes our body is craving water and we don't even get it because, we're human. We don't always pick up on the cues that we should. So sometimes if you just drink a glass of water, 8-ounce nice glass of water, it will reduce those cravings and make you a little less hungry, and it might help you to be that bridge that gets you from that point of craving to maybe your next meal or until you can get a healthy snack. Numero 2, how about we eat a little bit more protein? For those of us that get up and eat breakfast, which is something that it would be good if we could, eat some protein. If you eat meat, maybe some sort of meat in the morning with an egg, and some, if you're going to do carbohydrates, do some carbohydrate that's going to sustain you. But more protein, doctors say a protein at every meal. So turkey sausage in the morning, have you some turkey or whatever kind of meat you eat. If you are vegetarian, if you're vegetarian, you can add cheese to it. If you're a vegan, you can add some tofu, but more protein. You folks that don't eat meat, you can look some of those things up. Oh, we know they're all over the internet. So increasing your protein will help those cravings. What else can we do? Number 3, walk away. Walk away? Yes, really, walk away. Sometimes you just need to put distance in between you and yourself. That means sometimes you might need to walk downstairs if you've got an upstairs, and walk back upstairs, and walk downstairs and back upstairs again. It's just all about doing a little exercise. Can you walk outside in your backyard or your front yard, down your street and back up the street again? Can you stand up and just walk up and down? Sometimes when we are feeling a craving, if we put a little exercise into it, guess what? It takes that craving away. Sometimes you can even pop some gum in your mouth. Chewing some gum can help with that craving, but I would suggest it would be sugar-free gum. Yeah, not that old-fashioned juicy fruit that we used to eat. No, some sugar-free gum, and there's a lot of good ones out there. All right, number 4, if you can, avoid getting too hungry. That's one of the things. We all get involved in what we're doing at work and wherever we are, and hunger is a big reason that cravings come on. They tell us that our blood sugar drops, and then it's just like all bets are off. Give me food. Like Cookie Monster used to be, cookies. So try to have smaller meals throughout the day so you don't get so hungry. And if you can, have one of these nice snacks that we're going to talk about ready for when you have this craving. Fight stress. Everyone right now, whether you're in St. Louis or you're in Nigeria or you're in France or you're in Russia, wherever you are on planet Earth, we are feeling the stress because nobody's been in a pandemic before, and it becomes overwhelming sometimes. So we have to, again, go back to a couple of weeks ago when we talked about going to our happy spots. We have to find things that eliminate our stress, and it's not our food. If you sew, if you draw, whatever, if you sing, if you dance, when that craving hits you, try to do that. And if anything else, I can tell you, eating does not even really get rid of the stress. It just makes us feel good for that few moments, and then it's all gone and the stress is still there. So one thing that we can do is, how about this? We fight the stress. You can also get enough sleep. Oh, my paws and claws, as they say. Sleep is so very, very, very important. Appetite and cravings have a lot to do with our hormones, and I'm not going to go into all like that, but sleep, when we don't get enough sleep, it disrupts our hormones, which regulate our appetite. And what ends up happening is we'll have a poor appetite, sugar drops, and we get these strong cravings where we feel like, oh my goodness, I can't do anything but eat. So try to get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep, of good sleep. Turn off the television, turn off the computer, turn off all those lights, and go to bed at night. Next one of them is eat your proper meals when it's time. I said earlier, have smaller meals set up so that you are having food enough during the day and enough of the right food during the day so that you will not have a lot of cravings. So eat your proper foods at the proper times. And fill yourself up with whole foods, not just chicken fingers and french fries, because I know a lot of you out there like that, and they're fine, but come on, where are the vegetables? Where are the vegetables? And as we get, and I'm talking to you adults out there that are into learning more independent living skills, and this is something that is going to help you when you go shopping. Get things that you can put in your refrigerator so when those cravings come, you're not going to the candy bars. You're going to an apple, or you're going to some peanut butter, or something that will help you substitute during that craving. So, those are some of the things that I can tell you that you can do that have helped me when I've had some crazy cravings. And you know we all have some crazy cravings. Now, one last thing is, and I said it, is substitutions. Substitutions. You bakers out there, and I've seen a lot of you on YouTube and the like, go and get a recipe book for low carb cooking or for diet cooking, and see some of the things that you can substitute for some of those crunchy things that we all want, or those sweet things, and they won't be as bad on your body. And for those of us that are always trying to lose weight, they'll help in that weight loss journey. So with that, yay! Just gonna give you a few things that I substitute when the cravings hit me. Now, I showed you my apple because I love apple, but I also eat my apple, I was looking for it, with peanut butter. This is 100% peanuts with no sugar. Try to get low sugar if you can. So apple, peanut butter, that's pretty cool. Slice it up. Sometimes I just bite into it, get a spoon, and I have my own personal peanut butter jar, by the way, in my family. Doctors are saying for us to eat more nuts. These are pecans that we have at our house. Pecans are good for you as well. If you need a little crunch, sometimes I will get, maybe these are probably backwards, so these are Healthy Nut Cheerios and regular Cheerios. So what I'll do is I'll mix them together so I get a little sweet and I get a little crunchy all at the same time. So not so bad, not so bad. It gives me what I want when I need it. I found these. I'm a vegetarian, as some of you all know. I don't eat beef jerky, and for those of you that want to eat jerky, that's good. This will pick up on that protein. I like this. It's a portobello teriyaki jerky. So this is one of my snacks. It goes back to eating more protein, and you can do it beef jerky. You can do this. They've got turkey jerky and all sorts of kind of jerkies out there now. Again, you can make you some sugar-free cookies. You can find lower carb cookies, lower sugar cookies that are out there that will help you. Find something that you like that will substitute for those cravings that we all have. We are trying to do the best that we can in a time that is unlike any that we have ever seen before. So when you are feeling that craving, go to YouTube and replay this and think about something that out of this that you can do that will help you during this time of COVID, pandemic, and just being at home all the way around, and when those cravings come upon us. I hope this has made some sense to you. I hope you find something that is not only interesting, but that will help you today. So I'm going to say bye, you guys. I hope you have a wonderful weekend and a great week next week, and I look forward to hearing from you. Remember, you can always email me. All right, guys. Take care. And if you have any recipes that will help us, please send them to us and we can share them with everybody. All right, folks, have a great week. Good weekend.